pain and discomfort in the body. Look at Chewy wants to visit. Lay down. Lay down. There you go. Downward dog. And that's what I was I was speaking, that it wasn't pain, it was discomfort in the body. My body was in a different position than it normally gets in on a regular basis. Yeah, Steve, you were experiencing some of that, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and so that, you don't want to be in pain, but you want to, recognize the difference between the two of pain and discomfort. And so tonight, I want to talk about pain, discomfort, and emotional intelligence, and how it relates to zazen, or seated meditation. And with seated meditation, it's the essence of letting your mind not get in the way of being able to feel what's happening in your body. Most of the time, your mind is stopping you from actually experiencing what's happening in your body. It brings on different ideas, it brings on opinions, and it wants to have a judgment or an observation of what's happening, when at the same time something's happening in your body. If you cannot hold on to your thoughts and not let your mind cloud your experience, then you'll actually feel pain, discomfort, or emotions. And I'll use the core emotions of mad, sad, glad, fear, and shame. And that through zazen and seated meditation, that the practice of what is it like to feel uncomfortable because I had an argument with Amber, and not go do something to subside or suppress or take in something to shift what's actually happening in my body. So that I learn that when I experience a feeling in my body, it isn't bad or good, it's actually an experience. And that's all it is. It's not, my mind will automatically go, that's a bad experience and this is a good experience. And with seated meditation and zazen, it's about it's having the neutral place. It's having the neutral place of like interesting or the observer mind, not having an opinion on it, but letting the experience go through the body. So that when someone dies, or an animal dies, somebody close to you dies, that the feeling of sadness for me, I remember when my grandfather died, that I couldn't stop crying. I didn't understand why I was having the emotion of so intensely of sadness. I knew that he had passed, but I'd never experienced that intensity of emotion in my body where it took over, and I literally went to a waterfall in California and stood underneath it to try and have it like shift my energy because it was so uncomfortable. And my invitation is to let your experience of feeling an emotion happen while you're aware of it, but not try and push it away or suppress it. Lots of people use alcohol, cannabis, caffeine, exercise as ways to push away feelings and emotions that are uncomfortable. And even feelings of joy can be pushed away, of trying to like make comments or shift the conversation when you feel a lot of joy in your body, that you don't want to experience it if you're not used to feeling joy. Have you ever experienced before where the intensity of the conversation kicks up and someone makes a joke? And they kind of just do a side joke to kind of break the intensity that's happening in the room, to soften the feeling that's happening in their body. I can feel it when I'm in a group, and then somebody will say something that is just a little bit off to just break the ice, as they say, and make it feel a little less intense. So feeling discomfort and pain in your body when you're sitting in meditation is an example of that I felt back discomfort the whole time I was sitting at about, say, a 4 or a 5 discomfort level. And I would just notice my mind would keep wanting to attach to it and literally wanted me to bend over, shift my position. And I was just like, this is interesting. I'm going to sit with this. It's not something that is bad to where it's like my leg's falling asleep and I should straighten it, or I'm feeling tingling in my leg. It was just an uncomfortable feeling. So discomfort and pain is one example. Sitting with emotion. A lot of times when you sit in stillness and silence, especially when you first wake up in the morning, emotions can be happening in your body at a very fast rate. And the willingness to sit with those emotions and not try and shift them or distract yourself from them with different thoughts is the human experience at its highest, to resonate with what your body's experiencing and not try to change it. Recognize it, acknowledge it. It may be speaking to it. It may be letting yourself feel it at its full intensity. For myself, anger is one of those that I don't like feeling in my body. I feel like I could do something bad, or that I'll check out and say something that I may regret. So over the last couple decades, I've learned that I can actually choose to go feel that emotion, from in the ocean to my men's groups to in my bedroom with a pillow and like beating it up or hitting it with something, that I can actually let that be okay to have emotions, especially a man that has been, said I'm dangerous if I get too angry, or that don't let yourself get that angry because something bad could happen. So feeling in the body is the highest of human experience. And through the training of zazen, you can let that willingness build and be more experiential. And it's not always good. It's some of the hardest things for me to feel certain emotions in my body. Me and Amber having something that's not right between the two of us sucks. It really sucks in my body, and I want to try and do something to move it or get rid of it. And can I be with it and that be okay? I talked to a gentleman today that says when he gets in discomfort, he likes drinking Coca-Cola, and he'll drink like 6 Coca-Colas in a day. And he knows that it's bad for him. He knows that it's unhealthy, but he hasn't drank alcohol in like 10 years, and he's like, but sodas, he'll harm his body. He knows he's harming his body in order to shift some emotion that he's feeling. And so my encouragement to him today was, what if you sat, and if you feel an emotion, that you sit with it, even randomly throughout the day. If you're like, you had a hard conversation with your spouse or your kids or your relative, and you hang up the phone and you don't try and change it, you just sit for a couple minutes and let yourself feel it. So emotions are giving you information, discomfort's giving you information, pain's giving you information, and it's not bad. It's not even good. It just is, and can you get curious about it and learn from it? So seated meditation is about getting in touch with your body and learning the wisdom of your body and the experiences that it gives you and teaches you on a regular basis. So welcome to your bodies and feelings, good and bad, and that they are all interesting if you take that approach to really take a childlike curiosity to explore them and be with them more, instead of trying to change them or suppress them or deny them or hide them. And talking about them is a great way to express it. As for me, again, as a man, sharing things that are going on in my body with Amber has been something I got to learn over our relationship. We just celebrated 24 years yesterday, and so that, I'm still working on it. Us sitting down together and me sharing what's going on internally, not just up here, has been a practice. And the more you practice at it, the better you get at it. So I encourage you to sit with even joy. Let joy be at its fullest. And see, can you bring the belly laughter out and, laugh at yourself? I was getting the numbers wrong, and it's totally okay. That's something that happens in a dyslexic body or brain. So, and there's nothing wrong with it, and I can feel joy around dyslexia. So it's a different view than I've taken in a long time, and it's definitely the work that I've been doing is feeling my body exactly what it's at, and nothing wrong with it. It's exactly as it should be. So as you sit, if you feel discomfort, that's just more of the body speaking to you. And pain, again, change your position. You don't need to be in pain. I like the idea of staying present while you're sitting. How are you doing, Steve, sitting on the pillow? You want to move to a chair, or are you good right there?
I'll keep going.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, any questions before we move to our closing 10-minute sitting? Excellent. Thank you for joining us tonight online. It's always a pleasure to have people online. Yes, definitely. And we're going to go ahead and move into our 10-minute sitting. I think Chewy, is Chewy okay with you there? Is Chewy okay in here tonight with us? If you can't see, Chewy is the dog right there. Me and Amber would refer to him as our Sha dog, our shaman dog. So, yes, he knows he'll be there. He's meditating right now. He hasn't moved. He's feeling his pain and discomfort in his late 15-year-old, 14-year-old body that he's in. So, welcome, Chewy. Thank you for being here.